Hello, and welcome to just a new episode of Morrowind Modding Manors, the series where we take a look at 3 new house mods in each episode as we try and find your dream home in Morrowind. Today, we're taking a look at just a handful of buyable house mods, which was selected by our viewers to be the theme for, today's episode. Speaking of, we're now taking suggestions for a theme for the 22nd episode, airing on May 27th. You'll find a link for that down below, where you can submit, ideas for themes that you'd like to see next time. We'll be taking suggestions until about May 3rd, and afterwards, supporters on Patreon will be able to vote to just decide which theme will be used for the 22nd episode here. I figure this is just a rather fair way to balance theme selection. After all, we do want to incentivize people to sign up for the Patreon. Just real quick, patreon.com/Morrowind Modding. But anyway, that bit of bookkeeping just out of the way. You'll find down links and timestamps just down below, so let's begin with our first house mod, which is Welcome Home by Stormless, and honestly, given the theme, this was pretty much to be expected, honestly. One of the largest buyable house mods to be released in recent years. Welcome Home adds 28 new player homes just to a variety of locations and cities for you to purchase or to do a little quest for. Most of them even have little backstories or flavor text documents to add, that little extra bit of life to these homes and to give them a reason for being there, other than the player's convenience. With so many different and unique player homes for you to purchase, there's no way we'll be able to showcase them all. Instead, we'll be taking a look at just a variety of homes in each style. We've already seen the Shipwreck home in Sedanine, so next we'll be checking out homes in Dagenfell, Gnarmok, Margan, Ebonheart, Saran, Talbernora, Vivec, and just a few other locations. And let's start with Margan, where you'll now just find a new hut just outside of town, and you can buy this one for about 3,000 gold from someone at the Andis Trade House. And as a note here, pretty much every new player home added by this mod will cost between 1,000 and 8,000 gold, though there are just, a few exceptions. So these are fairly affordable properties, but they're also not massive. The hut in Margan is actually one of the larger homes you can buy, and as you can see here, it's a simple 2-story abode, counting the basement, including some lovely interior decorations, a study on the upper level, a dining area just downstairs, along with a little alchemy lab like area, where you'll find some alchemical equipment, a bed, and some shelves, and that's about it. And not every home can be purchased. Some require you to do a little quest first, usually the fetching variety, like the home in Ebonheart. And this is one of the smallest player homes that you can buy. Literally just, a hole in the wall of the Argonian mission in Ebonheart. Nicely decorated, but awfully packed in tight. So you may just want to only use it as a stopping off point or a layover home, just while you're in town, before you move on to wherever you actually live. And just checking out the Satterfmore house pod next, which you can buy from someone at Wolverine Hall. This is a fairly typical looking house pod with a handful of furnishings, but nothing too much. And this is about what you should expect for the Telvanni style properties. A little bit of storage, a hammock, and otherwise just a little home to call your own. Real quick, I'd like to just show off the exterior of the Telvanni house pod in Telvas, which blends in fairly nicely with Grazelands here, and there's even another just little player home that you can purchase in Voss itself. And of course, there's a number of shack homes for you to purchase in each of the various fishing villages like Hla'od, Gnarmok, Aldvlothi, and Talmora, each with just a rather simple interior, just the basics, a hammock, some containers, and a table, and that's about it, though some of them only have a bedroll, but anyway. Next, we're taking a look at one of the Hla'lu homes, the Strand Farmhouse, located just outside of town. But anyway, this is just a simple one-story abode, and heading inside, it's a rather, small and cozy interior. And, while I've mentioned a couple of things that Welcome Home is compatible with, I should really note that there's a lot of mods that it isn't, currently compatible with, that have become, popular since its 2019 release. Namely, there's minor conflicts with Talmora, Cozy Hla'od, Cozy Caldera, and Izzy Cities Caldera, and there's some pretty major conflicts with HOTV Gnisis, Rethinking Vivec, and HOTV Solstheim Tomb of the Snow Prince, and in the case of that last one, Welcome Home, does have a version that doesn't add any houses to Solstheim, so, you can avoid that one. Most of these wouldn't be too difficult to fix. In the case of Talmora, and Cozy Hla'od, it's literally just moving one or two objects just very slightly out of the way. Welcome Home has no landscape alterations, so any conflict could be patched by just, moving the respective house just a little bit. But anyway, finally, one last player home I wanted to show off here is the 4 1/4 Suite, the largest and most expensive player home in this package, at a cost of 20,000 gold. It comes with a rather lavish set of chambers, including a study, a library, dining room, and a master bedroom. Overall, this is just a fantastic and cozy collection of homes for you to purchase, with prices ranging from a simple quest to 1,000 gold to 20,000 gold, giving you a variety of homes that should be in your price range, just no matter what. Most of these homes only have the basic amenities, but if you're looking for just an all-in-one package of lore-friendly, vanilla-styled homes that fit into the game world here, this is a fantastic mod to check out here. Next up, we have Living in Vivec by Lil Turo, and I do apologize if I mispronounced the name there. Another 2019 housing mod that we've somehow missed out on until now. Living in Vivec adds 7 new player homes to the largest city on Vardenfell, including new apartments and flats that you can purchase in the 4 1/4, Hla'lu, Telvanni, Redorin, and St. Olm's cantons. These flats range from about 100 to 8,000 gold, with the cheaper flats typically being a little more than abandoned and often haunted rooms for you to try and move into, while the most expensive, the Telvanni apartment, has just a bit more, space with a dining room, kitchen, a lounge, a bit of storage, and a modest-sized master bedroom. For the most part, though, these flats are fairly tiny, usually only consisting of 1 or 2 rooms, so this is kind of comparable to Welcome Home, in terms of housing size. These aren't grand abodes, but they are well furnished and blend in nicely with the game, with different flyers leading you to various cellars, and you might even get a discount on a particular apartment or flat if you just happen to be of the same faction, so, Telvanni members can get the Telvanni flat for just a bit less, and so on and so forth. Each of these player homes is uniquely decorated and is just ideal for players looking for a place to stay in this massive city. Overall, each flat comes with just the basic amenities and not much else. But this is a great lore-friendly and vanilla-friendly housing mod that more specifically focuses on Vivec instead of the entire game, like Welcome Home. If that's something you're looking for, this is just a great mod to check out here. Finally, for our last mod, we have of Dungeons and Abodes by Darkelfguy. What's this? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why Darkelfguy, you scandalous scamp, you devious Durzog, you conniving cliff racer, you're showcasing your own mod? The utter scandal of it all. Alright. I hear what you're saying, but hear me out. Most of the mods in today's video have been for modest to small-sized player homes, and I thought, hey, I made a Buyable player home, back in 2016. That's actually fairly large. Why not just, include that for a bit of variety? And it's not like I featured it much, since 2016. Probably some people don't know about it. So, yeah, that's my defense here. We did have another mod that I was going to showcase, but, to be honest, that was just another tiny mod, and I thought that might actually make more sense in a different video, but anyway, this mod just adds a new abandoned manor to the Bitter Coast region, with a short quest and a bit of dungeon delving, before you'll have the opportunity to purchase this scenic abode for just a mere 20,000 gold. We're not going to, show off too much of the actual, dungeon delving components here, but just jumping, right ahead to the finished manor, you'll find a rather sizable Velocity-style home in the Bitter Coast, complete with an outdoor deck and a dining area, a rooftop view, and a set of docks towards the back of the property, which you can expand with a shack and a shipmaster for just an additional 7,000 gold, a modest price for the convenience of having a transport to and from your manor. Going inside, you'll find just a wonderfully cozy and atmospheric abode to call your own, with a lovely little entry hall that includes a small central garden, some shelves and tables for you to, put stuff on, and a roaring fireplace in the corner. And right off the main entry hall here, you'll find the master bedroom, with a set of closets and drawers to throw your clothing into, a master bed, and there's even a private lounge and a reading nook in here, for when you just want to relax away from the prying eyes of a company. Upstairs, on the second level, you'll find the main library with a set of bookshelves for you to use, and a few tables where, you can sit and do a bit of research on whatever topic, you're reading about. And there's even a lovely central fresco here that just, helps lend a decorative air to this chamber, and not to mention a trapdoor that leads up to a small storage unit and eventually the rooftop balcony. Heading downstairs, you'll come across the main dining room, which, as you can see here, is just a rather colourful room, including a lovely set of gardens, some excellent atmospheric lighting, a bit of storage, and a few tables they could, use to show off a few items and, all that. Though the main display hall is actually down in the basement, or at least the main display hall for this part of the manor, because, wait, there's more. Once you clear out another dungeon here, you'll be able to finance a rather massive expansion to this manor, which will cost you about 50,000 additional gold, making the total cost for just every feature of this player home at about 77,000 gold in total. This massive central chamber acts as a large display hall, with tables and mannequins, that you can use to just show off your loot, but it also connects to a variety of other rooms, including 2 guest bedrooms, 2 storage rooms, and a secondary master bedroom, complete with a lovely set of gardens. And down here, you'll also find another larger dining room, along with just a fairly good-sized kitchen with roaring fireplaces, counters, and shelves for you to store and prepare food, and of course just more atmospheric lighting, gardens, storage, and even secondary halls just full of mannequins for showing off armor and clothing. And really, there's quite a few armor display mannequins in this abode. A few dozen at least to just handle pretty much every armor and clothing set in really the entire game. There's quite a bit more down here, including ingredient gardens for your alchemy endeavors, with dozens of flowers and other bits of plant life for you to harvest for your various brews, an alchemy lab with labeled ingredient containers, a secondary cozy library wing with more bookshelves, roaring fireplaces, and some just ideal seating for just resting back with a book. There is, of course, there's a lot more here that we're not showing off, but, you get the idea. This is a large and lavish home that you could, call your own, starting out as a mid-sized abode for 20,000 gold, and growing to a rather decent scale for the price of just another 50,000. It comes with a host of features, including a library, guest bedrooms, display halls, mannequins, labeled ingredient containers, a shipmaster, and a little quest to get a teleport amulet, though that's something that will only pop up after using the house for a few in-game months. But anyway, point is, if you're looking for just a cozy and atmospheric Lothy-style abode in the Bitter Coast, this is a great one to check out here. If you'll allow me to lavish praise upon my own mod here, which I realize is maybe just a bit, narcissistic, to do so. But anyway, that's it for today. As always, special thanks goes out to our patrons, and in particular, I'd like to give a shout out to Area 5 / Symbalmine, Quiwi, Cyprinius, Danae, Daliant, Yame, Alcazo, Castillanau, Langastir, Melkor Dog, Macbone, Null Cascade, Old Navy Twidget, Operator Jack, Pericuse, Povuholo, Rissalith, Sokacat, Stiff Kitten, and Telvani with 1,000 nicknames. If you'd like to join them, check out our rewards, including early access, behind-the-scenes content, and access to polls to just decide what kind of content we showcase. Visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/Morrowind Modding. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.